Hey everyone, how's everybody doing? Let me blow up my screen here. Get my screen a bit bigger so I can see everything. There we go. All right. How's everybody doing? Wait till everybody comes on. In the meantime, I'm gonna finish eating my breakfast. While we're waiting on y'all to come on and see what we got going on. I wanna take a moment to talk to y'all. First of all, happy Veterans Day. Everybody who's a veteran, all y'all that serve, like myself, I appreciate y'all. It was one of the proudest times of my life, serving with other, dedicated, brave young men and women serving their country. And I just want to say that it was a privilege, and I was proud to serve with each and every last one of you um, over at the 10th Mountain Division, 2nd Brigade Combat Team. So, how y'all doing? Top of the mountain to everybody on this Veterans Day. Um, One of the things that I wanted to talk about with you all today, as you all know, I've been kind of preaching to you all about private reserve banking, MWR Financial, and getting your financial life, your financial health in order. And I've been talking to you all about how wealthy people accumulate wealth and how they keep accumulating wealth. Now, the one thing that I want to stress is this. I see a lot of you all on Facebook. I see a lot of different groups on Facebook about generational wealth, about, easy money, how to create wealth and all that type of stuff. And most of it is just it's just full of it. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's just stuff that's not gonna yield any real results. Okay. Let's be honest. You're on these, you all sign on to these things when someone says, I'm gonna bless someone with $5,000, the first, 100 people to send me their cash out is I'm gonna bless you. Now y'all know this is a scam, right? Look, come on. Really, y'all know that type of stuff is really a scam. You can't achieve wealth that way. You really can't. Okay. And you're saying to yourself, well, Calvin, who are you to tell me about creating wealth? Well, I'm gonna tell you who I am. But most of y'all who live in and around the Tallahassee area, you know me. Okay. You know me. You know the trials and tribulations I've been through in my life. You know that, 10 years ago I was homeless. You all know that. Some of you all I went to high school with. Some of you all I know I worked with, and you all know I was homeless. And you all know you saw me walking around on the streets of Tallahassee holding my laptop, and telling the world I was going to create a business and take myself from homeless to being a successful business person. Well, proof is in the pudding. Today I'm a self-made millionaire, married, happy, nice home. My wife owns her home. We have 4 cars, not just any cars, 4 very nice cars that are paid for. And it's all because we did the right things to become wealthy. And participating in cash app giveaways and all that type of stuff, that's not going to do it for you. I hate to tell you, but that's really not going to help you create any type of real wealth. Those things are just scams. And then you got a whole lot of stuff that you all take notice of on Facebook and on social media that people promise you this and promise you that and all this other stuff, and it just doesn't work. Okay, let's be honest, it doesn't work. It never has, and it never will. Okay, if I've got a challenge, here's my challenge for everybody out there doing their cash app giveaway or whatever y'all call it, these other fly by night things. Any of y'all out there who are doing that, show me the proof in the pudding. Show me how you live. Show me the cars you drive. Go ahead. Please show me. Prove me wrong. But when you see what I have here and where I came from being homeless, and I have verifiable proof of that. I I didn't go from being homeless to a millionaire by, doing frivolous stuff, the stuff that doesn't work, little, you know, drive-by things that people have on Facebook and all this other stuff. I did it with real wealth building strategies. Real wealth building strategies. Now, I'm gonna drop a couple names. You all need to go and check out Mr. Brian N. Bean. That's Beene. First name Brian, middle initial N, Bean. Check out his YouTube channel. Okay, he's a wealth management strategist, and his advice helped me go from homeless to a multimillionaire in less than 10 years. And one of the specific things that I followed was his involvement with MWR Financial. Now, what is MWR Financial? MWR Financial, they are a group that has teamed up and partnered with Cal Choice Financial. Now, Cal Choice Financial, they're an investment banking firm. And they are the first, along with MWR Financial, to make privatized banking, private reserve banking, available to the general public. Now, for those of you who don't know what private reserve banking is, don't feel bad, because before now, it's only been available to the wealthy and the rich and the fortunate. It wasn't available to everyone else. And it is the number one, the best way, hands down, to create and build wealth, but not just any type of wealth. I'm talking about generational wealth. Wealth that you can live a great lifestyle, purchase nice homes, nice cars, and pay less than anybody else pays for. Not only that, you can purchase homes and cars without even doing any credit checks. Why? Because those are the advantages that private reserve banking gives you. If you don't believe me, go into your bank. Every institution out there, every banking institution has private banking. They have private reserve bank accounts, but they're not going to tell you about them. They're only reserved for people that have $1 million or more in their banking account. Okay, so these are not the people that go to the teller. These people don't go to the teller. When they come into the bank, they go to the elevator and they go upstairs to the soundproof room and have meetings with their financial experts. Okay, because they get certain things that the rest of us have not been getting until now. Their bank accounts allows them to make 500% gains on the market growth and not the market downside. Unlike 401ks, you have all these other things like 401ks and annuities and IRAs and all this other stuff. Don't get me wrong, they're good, but they're not great. Because with those, you can both make money, but you can lose all your money too. As the market goes up, they go up. As the market goes down, they go down. But with a private reserve banking account, your money doesn't go down. Every dime you put into it is always riding up with the market. And the market makes moves every single day. Like just recently, you all heard about the market going up 60 points. But guess what? My money just went up 60%. That's right. Because that private reserve bank accounts on average have a 500% gains, more returns, higher gains than any other type of banking or any other type of investment accounts out there. Now, you all have seen some of my videos on reserve banking. You all know that with a private reserve bank account, you put your money in and your money grows fast because it grows every day. When the market goes up, it goes up. When the market goes down, it levels off and goes into a rate lock. So you don't lose money. When the market goes back up, it goes back up with the market. So you're making money every day instead of making money like you do with your regular bank accounts, 1.25%, 2% per year. No, private reserve account make money every single day because the markets move every day. Every day that your market and every day that the financial markets go up, so does your private reserve bank account. Not only that, your private reserve bank account is treated just like an institution, like the bank is. So whenever you need money to buy a home or to buy a car, so whatever the case may be, let's say after 2 or 3 years, your private reserve bank account's got $300,000 or $400,000 in it, and that's possible because the private reserve account gains 500% faster than any other account out there. The rich have been doing this for decades upon decades. So let's say you need to borrow some money from your private reserve account to buy a car or to buy a home. Well, in your normal accounts, when you take money out of it, your balance drops. But if you got 60, 70, 80, 90,000, 100,000, just whatever you got in your private reserve account, you borrow 10,000 from it, your balance does not drop. Your balance stays the same. Why? Because it's money that's borrowed and it's still in the books. And you still owe that money back to yourself. It is a debt that's owed back to yourself. So your balance will stay the same and your money continues to ride the markets upward. Not only that, when you do that, you don't have to pay taxes on that money because it's not considered income. It is considered a loan to yourself. That since you borrowed money from yourself, you get to negotiate your own terms of repayment. That's right. Because you're borrowing money from yourself, you get to negotiate your own terms of repayment on your private reserve bank account of the money you borrowed from. So that $10,000 or that $280,000 you borrowed to pay for a home, which you did with no credit check, you get to set your own repayment terms. Well, I'm going to charge myself 1.25% interest when the average market rate right now for a home loan is 3.25%, 3.75% for a 30-year fixed rate loan. Because you borrowed the money from yourself, you get to set your rate at whatever you want to set it at, 1.25%. So when your neighbors are paying $1,800, $1,900, $2,400 for their $300,000 home, you're only paying $700, $800 for your home, and your home is actually paid for. You have the deed to it. So the day you purchase it, because you borrowed the money from your private reserve account to pay cash for it, the day you purchase it, you have 100% equity in your home, and you're not paying what your neighbors are paying, and you don't have to worry about your home ever being foreclosed on because you own it off rip. Same thing with cars. You see rich people buying these new cars all the time. They're not really paying for those cars. They're borrowing the money from themselves, and they're not financing them. They are borrowing the money from their private reserve accounts, and they are going to pay cash for the car. And then they're setting their own terms of how they want to pay themselves back for borrowing their money from themselves. So you see somebody riding now like myself in a Range Rover, my wife in a Jag, our Cadillac, and things like that. We're not paying $400, $500, $600, $700 a month for those cars. We have the title to those cars. And if we haven't completely paid ourselves back, we're probably only paying $200, $150, $200 a month for a $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 car. And that's not the best part. Here's the best part. With a private reserve banking account, because it is treated like a regular, like it's your own bank, and you get to negotiate your own terms of repayment, when you start paying yourself back, you get to collect the interest on the money you're paying yourself back. This is how the rich have been rolling for decades upon decades upon decades. So in actuality, with the money you have collected on your interest that you're paying yourself back for, the price of that car, that home is not what it costs, because you made money just by paying yourself back. So the interest that you made offsets the price of the vehicle you bought. So if you borrowed $30,000 to go buy yourself a new vehicle, guess what? You're paying yourself back because you get to negotiate that. You're paying yourself back $200-$300 a month. You also get to collect interest on that. So you're not paying on a $30,000 car, $38,000, $39,000 like everybody else does that finances their cars. You're actually paying about $22,000 on a $30,000 car. Why? Because the money you made on the interest offsets the price you pay for the car. You own it the day you drive off with it. It's amazing, isn't it? Now, one other thing about private reserve banking, it is a great way to build generational wealth and fund your own retirement. Because you can borrow your own retirement money, pay yourself $100,000 a year, negotiate your own terms on paying that back. You're collecting $8,333 per month or $9,000 per month, whatever you're collecting to live off your retirement on, and you're paying yourself back at a rate of what, $200, $300, $400 per month. And because your account balance doesn't drop, that means by the time you get to your retirement time, 10, 15 years, just whatever it is, that $2 million or so you got in your private reserve account, it doesn't drop. It stays right there and keeps going up and actually building and making more money. So if you live to be 100, you get to pass on that money to your future generations. That's generational wealth. That's how you really create generational wealth. If you're not doing private reserve banking, if you don't have private reserve banking, you're not creating generational wealth. No, you're not going to leave anything to your future generation. And that's something we have to start doing, thinking about generational wealth. Now, it doesn't stop there. With MWR, our their financial edge product, you get to get all of this and your own team of financial experts for just $79.97 per month. Just like the person that puts $1 million in their bank account and they get privatized banking. They get a team of financial experts to work with them to manage their credit, to manage their money, to manage their taxes, to manage their wealth. Well, you get the same thing, but only for $79.97 per month. That's the Financial Edge membership. Okay, that is the MWR Financial Edge membership. For less than a cup of coffee per day, you actually get your own team of financial experts. And they do all the work for you. All you got to do is send them what they ask for. They're going to ask you for your last 2 paycheck stubs and your last 2 years tax returns. You send that to them. They go to work on redoing your W-4 the right way. They redo it. They send you a copy of it. You turn it in, and the next week, your paycheck at your job goes up. Sometimes as much as $600 per week. Sometimes as much as $3,000 per month. It just depends on how you're situated with your current employment. They also go to work on your past taxes that you've already filed and gotten a little bit of money back on. They go back and see what mistakes you made on that, and they refile them for you, and they get the money back from the IRS that they owed you from back then, as far as 5 years. That's incredible, right? They also ask you to send them your 3 credit bureaus, the 3 credit reports from the 3 credit bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and TRW. And they go to work on your credit. They send letters out to all your creditors, asking them to provide proof that you owe them that money. And if they can provide it within a certain time frame, generally about 30 days, then it has to come off your credit. They also go in and they attack those things that shouldn't be on your credit, things that are there in error. They also take care of all the medical expenses stuff you have on your credit, because that's not supposed to be there either. Any repossessions you have that are and judgments that are over 7 years old, they have to come off also too. Because their job as your financial expert is to raise your credit scores by 100, 150, 200, 250 points more. With higher credit scores, you have lower interest rates on your mortgage, on your car loan, on your insurance, on your health insurance, on your homeowner's insurance. So they're showing you how they can find you more money that you were just missing out on. And finally, they have you to schedule a consultation with your wealth management expert. And you talk about all your finances, what you have coming in, what you have going out. And they show you how to take the money that they've saved you, that they put back in your pocket, how to take that and open up your private reserve account. If you have a 401k, they show you the benefits of switching your 401k over to a private reserve account. Because we all know that private reserve account is the only way to go. But that's what the wealthy do. That's how we roll. No, we don't have mortgages. We pay for our homes cash from our private reserve account. That's growing every single day. So get on the same tip that the wealthy have been on for years. Because we have not been having these conversations, and we need to start having these conversations and get off that crazy stuff you all see on Facebook and all these other places about cash out rewards, and I'm going to bless the next 100 people that send me their cash out. You know that's a scam. You know you can't really build wealth that way. Come on, man. Be real. If any of them wants to challenge me, tell them, I tell you what, show me yours and I'll show you mine. I'm showing you mine. You all have seen where I came from 10 years ago, homeless, to where I am now. Beautiful home, nice cars, beautiful life. I work here at home, and I'm a self-made millionaire. All because I followed the strategies of MWR Financial and the Financial Edge program. Don't sleep on this, people. A lot of you are my classmates. I see you. And I know that you're having difficulties. I know that your financial health is not what it should be. How could it be? Because you were denied the knowledge of how to build growth. It's not your fault. You were denied the knowledge, but now you have the knowledge. I share the knowledge with you. The question is, are you going to take action? That's all I have to say. All right. I appreciate y'all. I really do. I hope you all take heed to this and really, really, really start building wealth the right way. Okay. I mean, truly, really. Even if you don't sign up with my organization, it doesn't matter. Go out and research private reserve banking. If you can find another institution that will let you open up a private reserve account with no minimum deposit, because most financial institutions want you to have a minimum deposit of $1 million in order to even have a private reserve banking account. That's why it was only for the wealthy in the past. But now it's a new day. There's a shift in wealth coming. The only question is, are you going to be on the right side of that shift? That's the only question. I provided some links over here on the side or underneath this video that will give you more information about MWR Financial and the Financial Edge membership and private reserve banking, Credit Max, Wealth Max, Money Max, and Equity Max. Yes. So you get all those for that $79.97 per month. Please, people, don't sleep on this. This is too important. It really is. I hope you all see this. I hope you all take action. If you want, you can join our chat group on Facebook. We have a chat group on Messenger. Just look it up, and or you can go to our Facebook page, MWR Financial Team Assurance USA. I try to put the link in here also too, or go to our other Facebook page, the 100 Strong. Let's get on the road to building some real wealth, people. Hope y'all take heed. Y'all have a nice day. I gotta finish eating my bacon. All right, man. Bye, everybody.